Well, that's reassuring to me that you're advocating nonviolent action.
Absolutely.
But we still disagree a little bit because I would, even though I agree that independence would be much better for Vermont than remaining as a part of the empire, I think that civil disobedience, even the nonviolent type, is dangerous and can sometimes be counterproductive. Once you engage in civil disobedience, you're violating the
you're breaking laws.
letter of the law.
You're breaking laws.
And you're
just like this government has broken all the laws it could possibly break, the Constitution.
But they have the Army.
We have never sworn an oath to uphold the Constitution. They have. They're the ones who have broken their oath.
Still, as individuals,
they are the lawbreakers.
That may be true.
We are the people who want to stop them from breaking the law.
That may be true, but as individuals, we're very weak and they are very strong.
Not as a group, we're not. Not as a group. No, we're not. If I swear to you, if 300 million or whatever it is, or let's be realistic and say 50 or 60 million, stood up and said, I'm not putting up with this crap anymore. I disavow this government. This government does not represent me. It represents banks, Wall Street, defense contractors. That's it. That's pretty much it. Nobody else. Okay? If we all did that and said, we're not voting because we don't believe in your lies, that there's a two-party choice, it's nonsense. It's a lie. It's a damned lie. We're not taking part in any transaction with you, federal government. Nothing. I think that would spread from sea to sea. I think people would be energized. The more people who started it, it would be energized across the country. And we would see the federal government collapse. Well, just like they're getting ready to collapse our economy because our dollar is on the verge of it, that they manufactured. You brought up Reagan. Under Reagan, the Republicans and the Democrats started the policy that has led to this, which is they have closed up every industrial wage they could. They have destroyed industry in this country. We produce nothing but weapons. And that's exactly how they wanted this to happen. This is not an accident. It's been going on for 30 years now under Reagan. It started under Ronald Reagan, who is a traitor, as far as I'm concerned, and everyone should wake up to it. He was a traitor then, by the way. This isn't 20/20 hindsight. He and his cohorts, who are all a bunch of economic royalists, began to disengage from incentives to keep industry and industrial jobs good and strong and humming across the country, because they knew that as they closed these things up and schlepped the jobs overseas where the people got paid pennies, where before they got paid tens and 20s of dollars per hour and 30 and 40 and 50, they knew that they would squeeze out unions. And the union people who are used to standing up to the bosses of industry, they'd be all gone. They knew exactly what they were doing. And it was done with Patrick Leahy, Bernie Sanders. They knew exactly what was going on. Bernie Sanders used to say, there's no dime worth of difference between the Democratic and Republican parties. Well, he hasn't said that in 20 years, ever since he joined them. Because when he joined up when he went to the federal government. He betrayed us, okay? He joined this group of people who are destroying the country. And he hasn't accomplished anything except a very weak bill looking at how the Fed would be audited under its TARP money, which is like a bureaucratic little investigation. It's going to be just a cover-up. It's worthless.
Well, we have an election coming up on November 2nd, and you're running for the Senate, and I'm running for the Senate.
But let me just finish this point.
We want people to vote for us, don't we?
These people in the Democratic Party, because they betrayed us, they are the ones who saw this policy of deindustrializing the United States and sending all the jobs overseas, and they've never done anything to stop a bit of it, even under Clinton. Because under Clinton you had NAFTA. NAFTA continued that. It destroyed the economy of Mexico, and now all the Mexicans want to get into this country. And I can go on in detail on how that worked. That's totally the effect of NAFTA. And now we hate Mexicans. This country is governed by hatred of certain groups. You know, now it's Mexicans. They're the big evil.
Arabs too.
Where they don't deserve it because they're starving thanks to the United States of America and our terrible policies, our NAFTA policies. We sent our corporations down there to destroy their economy, and it worked. There's like millions of Mexicans who used to be able to feed themselves who now can't. Because of our policies, a direct link from the United States in Washington, D.C., Patrick Leahy, Bernie Sanders, Peter Welch. Direct link. Their fingerprints are all over this, and their silence is monstrous. Their silence about these problems that they allowed to happen and helped happen.
But you advocated a few minutes ago that people don't vote. But we're running for in November for the state senate. So you do want people to vote for us, don't you?
Yes. Oh, when I say don't vote, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about don't vote for either of the two parties. Don't vote for a Democrat. Don't vote for a Republican. If you have an alternative, God bless America. You know, vote that guy, whoever it is, or that woman.
Well,
Don't vote for the Republicans and Democrats because it keeps the lies and the murders and the cheating and the destruction of the Constitution and the economy and the people going. When you vote for a Democrat over a Republican, it just keeps the Republican agenda going. It's all it accomplishes. It's all you're accomplishing. They got you in a squirrel cage to make you think, well, I got to keep going for the right guy. But the right guy is supporting the wrong policies. Democratic majority of almost 2/3 in the Senate, or almost 60 people, and they can't pass anything that helps anybody, except the bankers and the defense industry. What scum! Scum!
We're both running as independents, so they can vote for you as an independent candidate for the state senate.
Yes, vote independent on every level.
In Bennington
Vote
County.
For local people, independence. State people, independence. Federal people, independence. Kill the two-party system. You stop voting for it, it'll die. The only way this system continues is people support one party over the other because they fear the other party when both of them are killing you. So stop voting for them.
Well, they're really just one party.
They're really one party, that's right.
And I'm an independent candidate in Chittenden County, so they can vote for me as an independent.
Yes. And I'm down in Bennington. We're taping this in South Burlington.
In Burlington.
Oh, it's not South? I thought it was South
Burlington,
Burlington.
yes.
Whatever. South Burlington, Burlington, Mox, Nix. Anyway.
But you made a couple
I'm in Bennington County, so please vote for me. But more important than voting for me, get it understood. You know, that what we're facing here, what is being crammed down our throats is tyranny, death, destruction, economic disaster, environmental disaster. I think the environment's going to crush us before the economy will. I mean, and it's all being allowed and promoted and helped along by the two-party system and specifically the federal government and their buddies in the defense industry and Wall Street and the bankers. The Fed, which is a cancer, which we could talk about if you want to, but I just wanted to throw that out.
You made a couple of references to religion. I think people would like to know maybe, are you a Christian or?
No, I was raised a Christian. I believed it until my brain, I like to question, I like to dig in and find out what's underneath, what's going on underneath. It's pretty ugly. And you know, when I went into the Catholic Church, I was raised a Catholic, I was pretty much disgusted with what I found. And I didn't even know that they were buggering little boys back then in the 60s and 70s. Well, I pretty much, what's the word when the Catholic Church wants to get rid of you? I excommunicated the Catholic Church from my life in a little ceremony when I was in my early 20s. Before then, I was a disgusted sort of quasi-Catholic. But I became aware of Buddhism when I was 18 and learned that feelings that I was having, which in Buddhism is called Buddha nature.